Hello, my name's Liz Davis. I'm the curator of St Neots Museum, and today I'm going to be looking at a few of the coins from the Kimbolton Coin Hoard, which we have in the museum's collection. This is a picture of the coin hoard. I'm not a coin specialist or an archaeologist, but I'm just going to be sharing with you some of the information that experts have given us about the coins to help us understand them. This is one of the coins in the collection. The coins are roughly 2,000 years old, and they were found in the Kimbolton area. There are 67 coins in the collection, and this is one of them. The coins were found in the Kimbolton area, so here is St Neots, and here is Kimbolton, the village of Kimbolton, up to the northwest. Up here you can just see the beginning of Godmanchester, which was an important town in the Roman era. This is another of the little coins. So the coins date from the period roughly 50 BC to 40 AD, and that's the period between Julius Caesar attempt to invade Britain in 55 BC, which wasn't a success, and the successful invasion by the Roman Emperor Claudius, who invaded Britain in 43 AD and made us part of his Roman Empire. So that's the time when the coins were made. Here's another of the coins with one of the, which we'll be talking about more in a minute. The coins were minted by the Coraltavy tribe, who dominated this part of Lincolnshire in that period. They were minted at a place called South Ferriby, which is part of on the Humber estuary, not far from Scunthorpe. And for that reason they're known as South Ferriby uninscribed staters. Uninscribed because there's no writing on them, and staters, we'll be coming back to that shortly. The coins are made of an alloy of gold, silver and copper, and this is why some of them have I don't know if you can see it here, but some of them, this one's actually got nothing on this side. They have a sort of coppery sheen to them, some of the coins, and some of them may have a gold content as low as 20%, and that's why they have this pinkish look, because of the high copper content in the coins. So the design on the coins relates to both the coins that we believe they were based on, and also the wishes of the Celtic tribes to stamp their own authority on these coins. Here I've got some pictures of the coins that we believe our coins, seen here, were based upon. This is a Gallic coin produced by tribes in France. It's got the head of a ruler on it with a laurel wreath, and then on the other side a man with a chariot pulled by horses. And this coin, which dates from about the end of the 1st century BC, was actually based on an even earlier coin from the 300s BC, which was made and shows Philip II of Macedon. That's an area just to the north of modern-day Greece. So Philip II was the ruler of Macedonia, and you can see him here with a laurel wreath on his head, and here you can see a man driving a chariot pulled by 4 horses. And these coins are thought to be the basis for our coins, which are in the Kimbolton Coin Hoard, and which are known as these South Ferriby staters. So the Philip second coins are called staters, and so that's why our coins are known as South Ferriby uninscribed staters. So the patterns on our coins are believed to be influenced and taken from those coins that we just looked at, showing the emperor's head on one side and the chariot with the horses on the other side. So the shapes you can see on the coins, the sort of crescent shapes, they're believed to represent parts of the horse's body and the horse's legs. And the horse was very important to the Celts, and it's thought that that's why this part of the design is emphasised on these Kimbolton Hoard coins. The horse was a very important status symbol for the Celts. They used horses for transport and also to pull their chariots when they went to war. They also worshipped a horse goddess, Epona, and so those are all reasons why they may have emphasised the shape of the horse on their own coins. Up in the corner here, you can see a sort of star or circular shape, which may be related to the wheel of the chariot on those original coins. And this coin also has that same design. So you can see the wheel perhaps more clearly there, and you can also see at the top of the coin something which looks a bit like a sun. And it's believed that the Celts may have emphasised this part of the chariot design on their coins because the Celts worshipped the sun and had a sun god that they worshipped, just as they worshipped all sorts of natural features of the landscape, the trees, rivers, stars, and the sun. And also the horse and the wheel were symbols in Celtic mythology of the sun god, and so this could be the reason why this pattern has grown up on their South Ferriby uninscribed staters. On the other side of the coin, we have just a few blobs left that we can see here, a few sort of pellet shapes on this particular coin. Here again, on this coin, you can just see a few faint lines. Experts think that these blobs and this shape here could be all that's left of the wreath that was being worn by Philip II around his head. These patterns perhaps look a little bit like ears of wheat. Here's the other example again. And wheat was a very important crop in this region for the Celts, and wheat was being traded amongst the tribes and also exported to the Greek and Roman Empire, and as I said, was an important source of wealth. So it could be that they wanted to put these this symbol of perhaps the laurel wreath turned into ears of corn on their coins to emphasise their wealth and the importance of wheat to them. Well, what do we think the value of these coins was to the Celts? Well, it's believed that the coins were first used with the Celtic tribes as pay for mercenaries. So the Celts were well known for being warlike tribal people, and they fought for the Greeks and the Romans in their armies and were paid for doing so. And it's thought that coins from like this, that they first discovered these lovely coins from Philip II, when they were fighting as mercenaries, and this could have encouraged them to develop their own coins based on these coins. And so that could be why the coins took on this particular look in the UK. So it could be that a mercenary would have been paid one of these coins for 1 month's pay. We're not completely sure about that, but that's the nearest we can come to the value of the coins for the Celtic tribes. So the most important thing that we know about the coin hoard is that whoever put it in the ground near Kimbolton must have been wealthy people, or a wealthy family, or a wealthy individual. Why were the coins buried in the ground? It used to be thought that the coin hoards and the other beautiful objects that have been found buried in the ground, such as Iron Age torques or shields or swords, had been put there for safekeeping, and people would be coming back to look for them in the future. But more recently, as more and more of these finds have been made, experts have realised that these items were never designed to be rediscovered, and that they were probably being buried in the ground as offerings to the gods. So it probably is that the Kimbolton coin hoard was buried in the ground as an offering to the gods or the ancestors by the Celtic tribes who lived in our region 2,000 years ago. And with this last little view of one of the coins, that's all about the Kimbolton coin hoard for today. And thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.